Welcome to the Outsider Media Group, where we talk battle rap from top tier, mid tier to lower tier. There's no biasness here. And tonight, me, Caleb, Sick, we're gonna chop it up with Chilla Jones about his future in battle rap and these big battles he got coming up. Fellas, how y'all doing?
Oh man, we here, I mean, glad we was
We
able to make this shit happen. I always
Yes,
appreciate a chance
sir.
to chop it up with the kingpin, you know what I mean?
Salute the chiller.
Hey, salute, man. Y'all know what I do, man. Yeah,
That's a fact. Hey yo, so let's jump right into it, you know what I mean? Kingpin versus the Wolf, what it's looking like.
man. Y'all gotta. I've been on this show a couple times, right?
Facts.
And
Yeah, that's a
and we,
fact.
I think the last time I was on the show, I think was just prior to me battling Born,
Yeah.
and that footage is still evidence in
Not
a
out.
murder.
That shit. I was asking about that the other day too, you know what I mean? I need to see that.
Yeah, it was super ugly, man. It was. I don't know if
Champion
there's
of the
a.
night material too. Let's not
Oh
forget.
yeah. Oh yeah, I think I left that venue with damn near 10K that night. It was ugly. It was ugly. But but yeah, nah, um sometimes like I don't know what's above a 30, but that was kind of the treatment that Bourne got. Saying like
That's
it
a
just
damn
was
shame.
yeah, but it happens. And I told y'all it was gonna happen. And and the time before that I'm trying to remember what battle
I
I
know
was
about to say it
for.
was kind of a like a thing sick and Dre they dropped it in the chat. You and was made Wade, you know what I mean? We
Mayway.
affectionately refer to
Yeah,
him as
I did
Made
that one.
Wade made it. You know what I mean?
That's funny as hell. Yeah, nah, I did that one. So that battle actually, I was supposed to battle Bender, before Bender passed, rest in peace. And
Salute to the legend.
yeah, we were set up to battle in Ottawa earlier this year, and after his passing, uh, I still kind of wanted to go to Ottawa, give them, and so yeah, it really didn't matter who they chose at that point. Like, I kind of just wanted to go to Ottawa and give them a show, kind of in Bender's honor. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of the backstory behind there. Um, but yeah, man. So Chilla versus, and
Hey yo,
I'd
hold on,
say
hold on just a second, real quick. You know what I mean? I want one more. Any word on you and HA double dropping?
I haven't heard anything. But me and HA Double was super fire.
That's
Also,
what I heard.
Gutta and YK that night was also
Yeah, I
amazing.
heard that
Such a
shit was insane too.
um, there were a lot of fire battles that night. I'm not gonna hold you. Drugs and I think his name was Asylum the Crow was
Asylum,
dope.
yeah.
Um, Lou Castro
Boom.
and yeah, dope. There was like 5 or 6 heaters on that card. That were actually really really dope. I definitely want to go back to Austin when I get a chance. Um, but yeah, no word on that yet, bro. I'm not sure when that. I'm assuming it'll be out before the end of the year, but I don't know when it'll be out. We'll see. But
All right, word. But I'm Kingpin and the Wolf finally got locked.
and it's
Oh,
about time, man. It's about time. It's about time it happened. It should have been me for the chain, in my opinion. Um, a little while ago. I think I think I should have got the shot before Tez, um, but it
no
definitely makes more
shade.
sense now. Nah, no shade at all. But it definitely makes more sense now. And realistically, I also wouldn't have been mad if it were Real Deal or if it were Pat. I also think those two are super deserving of a shot very very soon as well. But the Wolf, man, the Wolf is either going to be the easiest or the toughest battle that I've had all year.
Explain that.
Um, well, the thing with Ice is he does one thing really well. Like he has one kind of skill, and that's really just like I wouldn't even call it a skill. He has one quality that I worry about, which is charisma. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just extremely fucking likable, and so he gets on stage, he says shit that doesn't really make sense, and the crowd still goes crazy. And I realize how dangerous this quality is because I've been one of those people. I've been in the crowd, you know, for him and Big K, and been like, I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but he's talking that shit right now.
Facts.
And I've
Yeah.
had no, you know what I'm saying? I've been to many head ice battles where I've been like, I have no idea what that means. Reason, and so that's a very interesting. It's a very interesting skill to have because how can you lose? How can you lose, bro, if no matter what you write down, you can sell it. And no matter what's coming out of your mouth here, you don't have to stack punchlines. You don't have to have schemes. You don't have to have amazing angles, funny jokes, or, you know, room rocking freestyle rebuttals. You can literally say telephone pole, palm tree outside my building, and they will go because of something about you. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's whatever type of skill or power that is an amazing gift. But the key when you battle Ice is always, can you take the spotlight away from him? So in studying Ice, watching him and Big K, watching him and uh Phil Deal, a few other people, you kind of well, at least I notice that there are certain ways to kind of take that attention away from him. There's certain ways to limit that charisma. Um and so for me, you know, that's how my rounds are designed, and that is my strategy. That's not, I have there's other things to it that I can keep, you know what I'm saying, to myself.
Yeah.
But
You know what I mean? Can't give away the whole approach yet.
nah, of course not. But that's how you beat Ice. That's how you beat Ice. Because Ice is a one-trick pony who really just does spits one way, has one, you know what I'm saying? Like Ice is not about to go up there and out scheme me. He's not about to go up there and punch my head off. He's not gonna go up there and tell jokes for 3 rounds. He's gonna go up there, he's gonna talk street shit. He's gonna call me a nerd. He's gonna say I'm not a real kingpin because he deals with kingpins every day in Harlem. Like he's gonna do all the shit that we expect, and he's gonna do it well, and people are gonna cheer for it. But he's literally battling someone that can do everything, at least pretty well. Like obviously, I can scheme, I can punch, I can do that with the best on the planet. But if you've watched me over the past 2 years, you know I can perform. You know I can be aggressive. You know I can freestyle and rebuttal. You know I can angle. You know I can joke. Like I can literally do a little of everything. And so, what is Ice supposed to?
I mean, realistically, you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking about when you first mentioned it, you know what I mean? If I don't know if the star power will be enough because I mean you already faced damn near the poster child of charisma and likability, Charlie Clips. You know what I mean? That's
Right, right. And I mean, if we keeping it all the way tall, I battled him twice. I battled him once in 2014, and you know smoked him so bad that the footage didn't drop, and then we rematched on Black Ice last year, and that was also a very, very fire battle. You know what I'm saying? And so I've dealt with people with that power, and that's why I say like, you know, Ice is Ice. You know, Ice is not like anybody else, but the power he has would be like battling Clips, would be like battling, you know, goods would be like battling somebody who, at their best, they can do no wrong. And so I've dealt with that. I don't know that Ice has dealt with. He's for sure dealt with like some punchers, but he's never dealt with a pen this well rounded. Like he's never dealt with somebody who can just joke for a whole round and make the crowd die laughing, that can punch the next round and rock the room, and then that can rebuttal for 8 bars in the third, his biggest angle. Like he's never faced a threat like that. Like he's faced some really good people, like obviously Big K, Serious Jones. He's dealt with people that can do at least a little of that, but I don't know that he's dealt with somebody that can do all of that at a high level. Like I'm just I've been in a whole different bag all year.
No,
And
yeah,
so,
that's a fact.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be interesting. I just hope he doesn't make the mistake of watching my battles from this year and preparing for that version of me, because that's a different version. The real version of me is the version that battled Iron. That's the real. Like if he writes for any other version of me besides that version, he's gonna lose really bad, really bad. Because all the other battles I've done this year, I've done them off 7 days prep. I've done them off 14 days prep. I've done them off, 4 battles in 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Like I've done retarded runs like that and still swept my competition. But the Chilla you get when he has to write for 4 other battles compared to the Chilla you get when he's been locked in on you for 3.5 months, those are different beasts. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope he prepares for the Chilla who battled Iron, or the Chilla who battled John, or the Chilla who battled Arsenal. Like those, prepare for those. Don't prepare for the Chilla that just battled Made Wade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how I feel about it. Now, let me ask y'all, how do y'all feel about it? I've seen mixed feedback about
Okay.
just about the matchup in general. How do y'all feel about it?
I feel like
Let me start this. Let me start this one off. Chilla Jones 30. I've always said Head Ice is just believable. He doesn't have bars. I mean, some of the shit he say is real, is impactful. I can say that. But if we're talking about a test of skills, this is not a matchup. It's basically somebody's legend or their allure against real talent. That's how I see it. I've always said that. I think we had a show maybe 2 shows ago when I actually said the same thing. I don't see it as being a matchup, man. Of course, I'm gonna say what I gotta say because fuck it, it's me. The last 2 title matches was rigged. There's no way you can rig this one. Okay, Cortez is. I think he took
he's
his
the
foot off
captain
the
of the Unrespectables. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
he's definitely the captain of the unrespectables. You know what I'm saying? It's like you do so much work, but you can't get the respect. And some people do no work and get all the respect. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be a smooth 30. I think Head Ice's AARP plan doesn't work in Canada, so I think he's just gonna give the chain up. You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, I think I got
My bad.
like I said Chilla 2-1 because I think that I definitely think that like Ice might be able to, like snatch a third round, with just like I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for him to be able to steal a round. I don't think he can get 2 of them, but I think he might be able to snatch one. I know a lot of people, they were complaining like whenever it was announced, but realistically I think this is the title match that was going to happen. It was either going to be Chiller A Ward, really. And if they had a little bit more time, they could have done Chilla versus A Ward for who gets the title shot next. You do a title shot, they could have given it to like a Real Deal or a Pass or something. But we all knew that this was coming, so I don't understand why people are making a big deal about it. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, I mean it's interesting, man. And I've seen feedback on, you know what I'm saying, on both sides of the court. Like I've seen people say this is a terrible matchup. This is gonna be boring. I don't want to see this. And then I've seen people be like, I don't know what to expect from this battle, and that makes me excited. And I'm kinda, you know, as a fan, I'm on the latter side. Like if there's a matchup that I can't like rightfully predict, like if you see, for instance, you see Rum Nitty versus New Jersey Twerk on a card, right? You
Facts.
can damn near play that battle right now in your head. Like you damn near know what that sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they're gonna rap. You know how they're gonna approach each other. You know Twerk's gonna be aggressive, towering over him in his face. You know Nitty's gonna, you know what I'm saying. You know the way he raps, his setups and stuff like that. Like you can damn near figure out in your head how it's gonna play out and make your prediction. But me and Ice is one of those matchups where it's like it reminds me a lot of Pat Stay and Danny Myers. Because when I heard that get announced, I was like, my first reaction was like, for what? Like I don't get it. Why does Danny have to battle Pat? Why? But and then I thought about it and I was like, Danny always performs at a high level. Pat's been on a tear this year. This might be crazy. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. And for me, it ended up being the best battle on that whole card. You know what I'm saying? So,
That
I think me and Ice is kind of in a similar boat, and I think the problem is I think Ice and Cortez overall wasn't a good battle, and the problem is Ice hasn't defended the title in 14.
Christ.
That's the problem. So imagine this, right? I'm just gonna throw out some scenarios. Imagine this: NBA player, the last game you see him, say it's LeBron, he drops 6 points. The last game of the year, playoffs, Game 7, finals, he drops 7 points,
Mm-hmm.
and then we don't see him for the offseason. We don't see him at all. You don't like you're not excited like
Exactly.
really the last time we saw you was 14 months ago, and you had one of the worst title matches ever, and you've battled twice since then, both promo, and even those battles haven't been like you haven't wowed us in those battles either.
I
So
mean,
you're going to the Rucka, you're going to RBE, aka the Rucka, and we're watching you play. You know what I'm saying? We're watching you play King Los, or whatever you want to, and you sound just regular. And then before that, you battle Nims, and your first round was good, and then you sounded regular. Like if we don't see you, if you battle 3 times in 14 months, those better be god. Like we see Hollow 3 times in 14 months. And even when Hollow isn't even when Hollow isn't amazing, because I don't think he was amazing with John, and I don't even necessarily think he was amazing with Ars, even though I really liked him against Tay-Rock. But even when Hollow isn't Hollow, like he at least does enough. A, he's battling the best of the best competition, but B, he at least does enough to remind us why we think so highly of him. Some of us. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like Ice, you're the champion. You're the face of the league. You're supposed to be the best battler in the world. That's what that chain used to represent to
that's
people.
a fact. Like I
When,
say, I hate to make the comparison, but I kind of have like I always end up having to do it. You know what I mean? It is like it's like wrestling. You know what I mean? Like they had the Brock Lesnar with the title and shit, and he barely defended it. He had that motherfucker for however long, defended like twice. You know what I mean? In that like long ass span, and it hurt the legitimacy of the title and the brand. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%, bro. And it's just It's so bad that people wonder now if there should even be a chain.
Mm-hmm. I've seen the
Imagine
post. You
the
know what I
chain
mean? I've
for
seen
for
posts. Get rid of the chain.
right. That's crazy. Imagine that. Imagine you being such a terrible champion that people want to abolish the belt. That's to me. That's crazy.
Hey, yo, I mean, you realize this, though, you know what I mean? If you win that, you got a hell of an uphill road to climb, you know what I mean? Because right now, the title, the prestige of the title is down in the dumps. I don't know how you can, you know what I mean, salvage it.
Oh, I could tell you it's not tough being a champ. What you have to do as a champion, A, you have to bring excitement, and B, you have to perform at a high level. It's not despite how it may look or what you may think, it's really not rocket science. If I get on stage and I perform at the level that I did versus Iron, every time y'all see me with that fucking chain, win, lose, or draw, y'all are gonna be entertained.
That's kind of how Pat did it, you know what I mean? For his, like, lengthy reign, that was, like, the heyday of the title, honestly.
Exactly, and you can count on that from Pat because he's so consistent and performs at such a high level. Same thing for the most part with Ilmac. Same thing for the most part with Roan, even though he only defended it once. It's like if we're only gonna see you 2 or 3 times a year, when we do see you, you better be fucking amazing. And so if you battle Roan in April and then battle Cortez in October, and you have no battles in between, you better be fucking amazing when we see you, bro. Not don't give us one of the worst title matches we've had. Be great. Be
Word.
amazing, bro. That's what we need as fans. That's what the culture in King of the Dot needs. If we're gonna see you twice a year, then the 2 times we see you, you better have bar of the night, performance of the night, champion of the night, all that. You better be in the running for all of that shit. You better not give us a dud. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So like that doesn't scare me. Like being a champ, like I don't look at it as like an uphill climb because I do all that shit already. What I would bring to the chain is branding, is excitement. Like Ice Ice ain't on none of these interviews. Ice don't do none of these interviews. He might do a blog here and there.
I have hollered at the Wolf, you know what I mean? Tried to get him on here. He's a very reclusive person, you know what I'm saying? Nice, if you see this, I mean, try to prove Chilla wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, jump on Ice, talk your shit. But but that's what I'm saying, man. Like when you're the face of a league, you have to be the face of the league, and so you got to go to the events, shake hands, kiss babies. You gotta be on social media. You gotta talk to the people. You gotta set up matchups that they want to see. You gotta talk your shit.
Word.
It's not, you know what I'm saying? Being a good champ and being a smart battler are one and the same. And as much as I respect Ice and what he's done for the culture and as talented as I think he falls short compared to the other champions that the league has had, especially in recent memory. And so
Hey, yo,
he,
Chill, I don't mean to cut you off. I do want to, you know what I mean? We've been going for a little bit. I know you said your time is kind of scarce. I want to get your thoughts on the rest of the card before we get out of here. You know what I mean?
okay,
'Cause
cool. I got like another 10, so we Gucci.
okay. Yeah, like, because I know, like, I've had, you know what I mean? You've said, like, people were complaining about the title match. I've seen complaints about almost every announcement so far. You know what I mean?
You're right. I have two, maybe with the exception of
Pat and Ars.
nah. I've heard some negative feedback on that too. Just along the lines of like why, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's the number one thing I've heard about certain matchups on this card is why. Like everybody wants a backstory. Everybody wants like a history. Everybody wants like you used to be able to just set up two battlers who were dope and just let the sparks fly. But nowadays, everybody wants
Exactly.
they want me to hate Ice and they want me to You know what I'm saying? They want me and Ice to get into a fist fight before the battle, and then they want us to flip the tables at the press conference, and then they want him to push me when we're on stage and people to break us up. They I don't know what it is about the fans in 2018, but basically live and beg for like storylines and drama, and
Fans
I don't
feed off
mind.
it.
I don't mind a storyline. Like I don't mind like these two have a grudge that they can battle, but I don't think it's bad if two battlers who have no negative history, if they're dope, battle. You don't need that. Battle rap is about who's better. If that's not enough to bring the best out of you, get into boxing then.
Exactly.
Wrong culture, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the rest of the car, Pat and Arse, I think right now has the potential to be really, really dope. Maybe better than the first one, man. I thought Arse was really good against Twerk, especially his second round. I think on fucking tear all year. Pat is probably my favorite battler right now. So I think that can be a really good battle. I think Cortez and Pass is years overdue, and I think Pass with a win kind of solidifies himself is
Number
next in
one.
line. So if I end up beating Ice, me and Pass might end up rematching, and only rematch I want because I feel like he's the only person that beat me on King of the Dot. So I would take that and I would destroy him. But then there's Jims and Sharon, which is definitely I can
That's an
understand the
odd
whys
match, in
behind
my
that one.
opinion.
I think the important thing was getting Sharon on the card, and I also think that I think Jims usually cards for King of the Dot. I understand why they're on the card. I have some questions as to why they're battling each other, but I would say I would pick Sharon 2-1 in that one. I would pick Pat 2-1 versus ours. I would pick
A Ward and Poe Rich.
man, I was with Poe Rich in Ottawa. Salute to Poe Rich. I have Ward 30.
Same.
I Ward is Ward is very talented, man, and I know for whatever reason a lot of guys on the West Coast have an issue with Ward, whatever that issue is. And so he gets a lot of, especially on Twitter, he kind of gets a lot of flack going back and forth with some of the vets. But he's
You know what the issue is? He smoked Geechee.
man, yo, he definitely did. But I don't say this a lot, but Ward is a special talent, bro. He's really like whenever me and Ward lock in, like it's gonna be a dogfight. He's a very special talent. Like he's a very quick learner. Like I feel like him and I have very similar skill sets, but I feel like where I was maybe 30 battles in mentally and understanding the game, like he's already there and he's maybe 12 battles in. So you know what I'm saying? Like he's just a special type of talent, and he still at this point is getting better every battle. Hasn't really taken a clear loss. I just don't see Poe Rich being able to do that. That's just me.
This kind
And I'm a
of feels
fan of
like, you know what I mean, the Kiss reunion tour for some of the King of the Dot, you know what I mean, talent like of the past decade.
right for sure. Um, is there a battle that I'm missing? Tez and
Let's
Pass?
see. Cortez and Pass, you and Ice, A Ward and Poe Rich, Pat and Arse, and Sharon and Jims. That's all that's been announced. I know that I've heard they have a couple more coming, you know what I mean? At least one.
I know there's at least one more.
Yeah.
And that one I believe is going to be announced tonight.
Okay.
And that'll be a nice East versus West clash is all I'll give you. But that'll be a very dope battle as well. In the case I have the West Coast Battler 2-1, so when it drops you'll know who that is.
Yeah,
But
that's correct.
but yeah, man, and as far as me and Ice, I wouldn't say that I'm gonna drop 30 on Ice, even though that's the goal. I respect Ice too much as a competitor. I don't ever go into a battle with somebody at this level that is on a King of the Dot stage or a URL stage or any stage like that I never go into it thinking I'm gonna drop 30, no matter who it is. Just because you never know. Like that's why we battle. Like we can look at this on paper and predict all day, but the reason we actually battle is because any fucking thing can happen. So I don't think I'm gonna 30 ice, even though that's what I wrote to do, and that's what I'm gonna try my hardest to do. But he will lose, and he will lose clearly. Like I'm not gonna let this be. It's gonna be over by the end of the second round. I'm not gonna let it be close.
Word. Hey
I'm
yo,
not gonna.
I mean, I'm definitely hyped to see that. You know, I mean, I'm hoping that like after this, like the King of the Dot brand, they've had a. I'm hoping, you know, what I mean, if you get the chain, everything in the admin shit gets back on track. I'm hoping we can get a little bit of normality back. You know, what I mean, back to the brand.
You know, we'll see. You know, I mean, we can speculate all day as what has gotten off track.
Exactly.
We can speculate all day about what has gotten off track, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, the King of the Dot is back. I'm happy that we're back and about to up once more. And from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of things cracking first quarter next year. That's good. That's going to be very interesting. So I definitely look forward to seeing what 2019 looks like on the King of the Dot side of things. And you know, hopefully I'll be looking at it with the chain around my neck. You know, so we'll see. It's going to be a lot of title contention things happening on Decade, you know. So if Rich somehow 30s Ward, then you know he knocks Ward out of contention. If Tez drops 30 on Pass somehow, he knocks him out of contention. If Real Deal is on the card and drops 30, he could be next in line. Like, you know, all of these matches, certain people had to be on this card for that reason. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
So we'll see, man. I think it's gonna be a dope card from top to bottom, at least from what I know. I just hope all the battles turn out as dope as they have the potential to, and we can carry some of that momentum into 2019.
Hell yeah, I can agree with that, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's you know what I mean, I think that's about good. Like I say, we definitely appreciate you coming up here, chopping it up, you know what I mean? After the title match, we'll see if we can get you up here, you know what I mean, talk about your match, talk about the rest of the event, all of that.
Oh, for sure. We can definitely do that the day after or a couple days after, you know what I'm saying? You know, after it unfolds.